What's up, everyone? Welcome to Weekly Dama News. We are here. It is February 2025. Hopefully, everyone's having a good Sunday afternoon, evening, probably wherever you are in the world. Over here in the Japan area or the country that is called Japan. Yeah, it is 11 a.m. Monday, February 3rd. Is it the 3rd? It's the 3rd, right? Yeah, it is the 3rd. Okay, so hey, here we are. Second episode for this year after the 9-month hiatus of no weekly Dama news. And here we are. So hopefully everyone enjoyed the last one. Thank you so much for everyone who was enthusiastic about listening again, was enthusiastic about watching the live stream or just watching the videos over here on YouTube or wherever you're listening, watching, hey, right now. But we're going to go through some of the things that you may have missed or maybe you caught throughout this week of kendama. Now, I think all over and every facet of, I guess, a product, you could say, a lot of things can happen. But I feel like with kendama, it is a very fast, high-paced highway of a kind of, I guess, just market place where people can go and all these companies are, I guess, for lack of better term, trying to get a piece of the pie. So there's a lot of drops. So there's a lot of products that are coming about, being released, and especially a few weeks ago, Battle at the Border finished up, and there was a lot of announcements of pros and new models, new shapes and stuff. And at that time, if you were there in person, you were able to pick up one of those products, and it was exclusive just at that time. And then later on, they would be released to everyone else. And there, it seems like just this past Friday, a few days ago, there was, or just even some things were even just a few hours ago that they were released to the general public, to everyone, all his Dama heads around the world. And some things sold out fast, some things I wouldn't say took time, but are still available. Hey, still available for everyone to pick up to purchase. And there's also new challenges upon us. So I guess let's start with that one. The new challenges upon us. 28 tricks later. February 28 tricks later. It is the place where, I guess it's the time. It's the time. It's not a place. It could be a place mentally. It is a place mentally, totally. But it is the time of the year where everyone, all the kendama players, unanimously voice their opinions about what they're going to be doing about 28 Tricks Later. If they're going to be joining, if they're not going to be joining, reaching out to their friends and other people saying, what style of 28 Tricks Later should I be doing? Because it has been quite a while, everyone. As the youngsters say, it has been a hot minute. Atatakai ipun, if you want to translate that into Japanese and be a nerd. It has been a hot minute from when this whole contest started. Not a contest, this challenge started. Christian Fraser, Sweets Kendama's pro, legend now, has inaugurated, made this challenge years ago for the team to actually step away from picking up all these new kendamas and focus in on one and just really hone it out. Because this is a conversation I did maybe 2 years ago with Christian. It's up on the Kendertainment YouTube channel if you're interested about it. We talked about just how it was born and the reasons why. And the biggest reason that I took away from it was that back then, Sweets Kendamas had a lot of pros. There's a lot of events and stuff happening. But at the same time, hey, there was a lot of product coming out. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is a common thing we see throughout time right now within the kendama sphere. So new products always dropping, especially Sweets releasing almost every Friday. Everyone get those paychecks, and then, you know, depletion a little bit if you're picking up one of the kendamas on a frequent basis. But as a pro, you don't have to buy them. They're given to you because you are sponsored pro. So all the Sweets pros were getting all these kendamas week after week, probably maybe before the week before they were released and stuff. So everyone was just playing these new kendamas, and you know how it is. You get super excited, giddy when you get a new kendama. You don't want to focus on anything else, just this new kendama. Like you got one just like a month ago, but you got a new one now. And everyone loves that fresh sound of a fresh Ken smacking lunars and the taps, pushing down the cups and everything. There's the new paint, the new edges, that new nice sharp ass spike. Everyone loves it. You can't go wrong with it. But at that same time, the time that you had to hone in on a kendama is now taken away. You can't really make one kendama like extremely great because you're getting new kendamas all the time. And I'm definitely guilty of this myself. It's one of the reasons I feel personally that I never really got good at lunars, because for such a long time, like every day, I'd be picking up one of a different kendama within my collection. And each of those setups were a little different balance, a little different. Oh, this one's like gunslinger heavy, this one's loon heavy, or whatnot. So it was always difficult to like really like lock in until come back to it 28 tricks later. I think this was 2002 maybe, in our corona age, that I got a chrome, I think it was a 9-year Ken Dama. And Spike's massive. Or no, Spike was super tiny, super thin, pencil Spike. Bevel was huge, cups were massive, and it just was so great for lunars. It had a really, really skinny, tiny sword as well. Just the base cup was really thinned out, so it was like made. It was made for lunars. So I'm like, okay. This is where I have an easy tool to use to make this process of learning lunars a lot easier. So hopefully I could understand them a lot better and then improve. And if you can improve quickly, then hey, your motivation stays with you. So then you continue to soar on that path. And that's what I did. 28 tricks later, 28 kendama lunars later. And then I was comfortable with lunars. So I could pick up a different setup and be comfortable with that. Okay. Now, trying to collect my thoughts of how I got into this conversation. 28 tricks. Oh, yeah. About how, getting a new kendama all the time, every week, keeps you from leveling up in certain ways. So 28 tricks later, are you a part of it? Are you doing it? Let me know. Let me know. Wherever you're listening or watching this, leave a comment. Yes, I am partaking, or no, I'm passing on this year. I don't know. Yeah. And it's so amazing to see how much it has grown. It's grown a lot. So there are some people asking, what should I do for this year? What should I do for this year? In the past, we've seen amazing things. I think Christian Fraser just mentioned on his story recently that last year he was really heavily focused on juggles being a main part of the month, of all the tricks within the month. We go with to the fellow nerd Rod Dama, and he was talking about, I think for the past 2 years, he went through his kendama collection and every day showed the kendama, did a trick with it, as well as explained a little bit of history behind it, because I think all of our kendamas has some sort of possibly sentimental value, or just a place stuck in time of like when you got it, where you got it, who you were with, or where you seshed this one a lot with, or if you made an edit or a competition you went to and you use that kendama, right? So there's a lot of like stories behind all of our kendamas, and that's what Rod highlighted with his years past within the month. Of course, Ben Harold, I think he did like Flamingo, or no, Goon, 28 Goons later. It goes on and on and on. And in the past few years, I've also been highlighting some amazing accounts that have been creating something very different, outside of the box, hey, that was actually a good one. I caught my outside of the box, the Gloken box. You get it? Of what to do for 28 tricks later. And at the beginning of this month, which was just a few days ago, I was like, should I do something? I'm like, oh man, I'm so tired. I had super bad. I still always have like, the nice what are they called? Bag under your eyes? In Japanese, they're called kuma. Yeah, because he looks like a panda, maybe. Um, because I stayed up super late, not super late, whatever, like 3 a.m. or something. I think one time it was like 4-ish to finish up my entry for the new year, new edit competition. We're gonna get there in just a minute. But I was super tired. So then like going into this mammoth of it seems like a massive challenge of 28 tricks later, it seemed very daunting and very like, I don't know. This is not going to be fun. Like even just like what should I do? That hasn't even really set in my mind. And seen a lot of other people within Instagram sharing that same sentiment where it's like, I don't know what to do. What should I do? Anyone ideas? A few people have ideas. It's like, okay, choose from this poll. What should I do? This, or this. So they're down for anything, and you just choose which one. Majority rules, and then that's the style of 28 tricks later they do. And this year, I was like, okay, maybe I should take out a kendama and like a weird kendama every once in a while, and show everyone what it is. Maybe talk a little bit about it, or maybe just do a trick. I'm like, should I just? I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I do have a lot, and that would be cool. But at the same time, uh, I don't know. There's something lacking, or I feel like it would be kind of lost within the month because that's another thing. 28 tricks later, your feed is just nonstop kendama. Which if you have a kendama account, if that's your focus on social media, that's cool because you'll have nonstop videos to watch from all the people that you follow, your friends and stuff. But at the same time, you might get tired of it. You might maybe not get tired, but it might you may or yeah, maybe you might get tired of it. You might be like, okay, cup and ball, cool. Like, where's my favorite sports team doing? Right? What's my favorite band doing? All right, and it can be lost in the sea of kendamas or the posts of 28 tricks later. Past few years, we had an extra few days. This year is 28 days. So we have it perfect for February 28 tricks that we'll be doing. But hey, in my case, I decided to pick up the pen and the illustration pad to do some illustrations again. I'm big into drawing illustrations as well. It is a big passion of mine, but I find that putting the time and effort to do it every day, or even more on frequently, is a little difficult if I don't make a time for it. I'm one of the types of people who I need a deadline. I need to have like a really focused plan. Someone almost like to tell me like, okay, do this now. Be like, got it, bam. Or if I'm left to my own devices, things tend to take more time to finish up. You may be a witness of this if you following kendertainment for a while. Sorry, but hey, we got to keep that motivation going, and challenges are a great way to kind of push you forward if you're someone like me who needs that push. So 28 arts later. I don't make another hashtag because like it's another hashtag of more hashtags. It's like I don't even think anybody really sees the hashtag. Someone who's like a diehard fan of yours, then maybe they like follow. Okay, like this is 28 loons later or something. 28 stalls later, and there might be other people who have something similar to that. But if it's something really, really specific and out there, I mean, I guess yeah. Why? Yeah, why not make it? I'm just saying. I don't know if it's gonna really get anywhere using a hashtag, creating a specific hashtag. 28 tricks later. That's the one I'm using. And I'm going to be making an illustration for each day of the month. So 28 illustrations. So my plan is to, well, one catch up because it's right now, it's the third day of the month. And I created last night just one illustration and posted it on my personal account. So if you're interested, go check it out there. And yeah, what I'm planning to do is, of course, I love this art. Yeah, I made it. It's cool. But hey, I want other people who possibly like it even more have a chance to pick it up. So I will be selling all of these pieces that I create throughout the month. And hopefully everyone can enjoy some art and get a new piece to hang on their wall, something to show their passion for kendama with a little illustration as well. And with that said, more people who are doing artistic stuff and creating things that they later on offer to everybody is Odo. Odo. Irk, Eric from the Origins, the creator, the mastermind behind everything over there. He has put it, made himself, put the pressure almost on himself to create 28 Tamas later. He has done this in the past. I don't think he did it last year, but he has done this in the past where he makes a one of one one of one Tama, and then at the end of the month, he has them all, he collects them all, and then at the end of the month, it's like a massive like free for all to quickly pick up one of those kendamas. And already that first one he released, if you guys haven't followed, go follow. The first one's amazing, like the black and gold specific like colorway. Of course, it was something that it was really really classy, looks really nice. And of course, let's count how many times I say of course in this one, guys. Um, Utilizing that like hydro dipping technique that he has with his patterns, with his kendamas, with his tamas. It's really cool that he has found something that other that anybody can kind in a way do, because Hondui does this hydro dipping technique, but with the types of pattern, the technique that Urk does, it's really specific to him, especially when he's creating these one of ones. So within Hundui, the factory in China that makes probably like 90% of the kendamas you own, they have it's a massive what's the word, factory that they're making everything. So they don't have really so much time to pay attention to detail to see if like, oh, that one's like, okay, we should make it so it's here so the design like fits perfectly or something in ways. So I've never really gone through the process or have seen anything super specific about that. But compared to someone like Irk who does everything by himself one at a time, I'm sure he could like really think about the process of how to make this and what he wants it to look like in the end. So amazing to see every time. There's so many like drool emojis that you'll see with Dao's stuff. So go follow Dao. I'm not sure right now. So everyone, to be truthful, I don't have many items posts saved for this weekly Dama news, and I'm trying to like check to like scroll back, and every time I go on Instagram, it just shows me stuff from like mid-January. I'm like, no, I'm like, I feel like there's other things that I missed. And what I wanted to highlight was, yeah, more people within kendama doing different styles of 28 tricks later. Okay, I got one actually. Over on my art account, I follow once you go Jack, his partner. Where is she? She has her own awesome art infused 28 tricks later that she's doing. And where can I find her? So she's doing stickers. Oh, there you go. Ria Lana. So she is, if you guys, she's doing 20 stickers later. Okay. Where she is creating, looks like fully digital illustrations that she then puts up right here. Only on her stores, it seems like. If you go to her account, I don't see any of them. So it seems like there's stories. She has a highlighted story little blurb on the on her profile that you can click there, and you can see if you're missing some of what you can't see from the past. But stickers. She has done some work in the past with Soul, creating some artwork for them, which is really awesome. She has a really cool eye for cute, eye pleasing, fun kendama infused, but like also just everyday items as well. So it's really cool take on it. And yeah, I feel like there was someone else. I was like, oh wow, that's a cool idea to do it that way. 28 blah blahs later. But hey, I'll have to do a little more research. Let me know in the comments if there's someone that you've seen that you're like, whoa, that person stands out. Whatever they're doing is really cool. It's really unique. Or even if it's just like a homie and you're like, well, yeah, like everyone should check this dude out. Like he's doing this or she's doing that, you know? So let me know. But I'm going to cut it off there for 28 Tricks Later. It's the beginning of the month. Oh, okay. You know what? You know what? No, no. Let me keep on going on this rant of 28 Tricks Later. Just to say that if you are someone who hasn't done it before, jump on it. It is not a full-on marathon race where it's like you got to get on this horse at the start line and you have to ride it until the finish no matter how hard your ass hurts. Like no, you can get off the horse for a few days, a week or something. If you don't have time, that's totally fine. But hey, if you feel like I want to participate, but I can't, like just post, use the hashtag. Sweets is still stoked that people are still just using the hashtag. So don't be shy about doing it and just jumping in and out where you feel pleased, you know? Of course, personally, you might see at the end of it, be like, okay, I wasn't able to do as much as I wanted or something. Or maybe you're more optimist to be like, hey, cool. Like within the month, I didn't think I could get anything, but you look back and hey, I got like 15 tricks down or something. But they don't always have to be new. This is like the kind of double-edged sword of 28 Tricks Later, where many people feel like they have to, or no, it's not the double-edged sword of, it's, I feel like it's more of the pressure of creating something new that everyone's going to be like, wow, wow, like and comment on your profile or on the post because of social media. If you're posting something, everyone is so on top of like, oh, I want to check how many comments I got, how many likes I got. Is it performing well? Is it doing well? Like, I totally understand that. And it is like almost sucks the energy out for some people. And maybe it does for everybody, just subconsciously. You don't really focus on it, but it's doing some damage. So then you feel like, hey, this 20 tricks later, I want to do it, but there's this pressure of I have to make something great that no one's ever done before, or I have to like level up in a certain way. And that's cool. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. But also at the same time, on the other side of the table is just posting more, just getting out there, just putting the kendama back in your hand and playing, just enjoying. If you want to have something focused and learn a skill, learn a specific type of trick variant, then hey, why don't you just try to use that as a focus and do as best as you can. That's the biggest thing. Do as much as you can, as the best at the best of your ability that you can, so you enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Enjoying it, having a good time, and enjoy it. So don't be shy. Don't be scared of the 28 tricks later. And hey, if you do the whole month, you're even able to post a full-on edit with 28 tricks in one edit that you've made. I think I'm going to do that. I talked about this, like doing that in the past years with my past 28 tricks later, but I never got around to compiling it all together because I'm like, oh, how's it going to look? How's it going to be cool? Like, it's the same kind of like mindset of this has to be so good and amazing. Something I'm like proud of, which is important. But at the same time, getting stuff done is really important all as well. If you're someone like me, you might be hitting some roadblocks and some button heads with yourself, with your creative self and your like logistical self of being like, come on, like get shit done. But hey, we're all human. 28 tricks later. It's here. It's now February. And let's see what else we have. What has just finished, right? We're at the cusp, the beginning of 28 tricks later. But what has just finished, everyone, is New Year, new edit competition. Video competition put together by Dama. And it is a replacement of the grip contest, the grip New Year's contest. This is an old brand, I guess you could say, creator who would take kendamas, or the kens specifically, would shave a little line, like a few millimeters of a line within the ken grip right here, and then fill it with this kind of like rubberized epoxy. It's like, I don't know what it was. as hence the name Grip Kendama. But it was super cool, like designs and colorways that they made that he put on it. And then he had this competition, video competition at the beginning of the year for January, just like how Rod has it. You upload videos to this competition on YouTube, and you just use a specific hashtag. There's a little bit of the intricate details that are different that Rod has got going on now, but it was also different in the fact that there was an amateur level and a pro level sponsored to enter. And then there's different first, second, third places for those. Now it has really like evolved into something where everyone can enjoy kendama and everyone can create a piece of art, or everyone can create a piece of just history within their kendama career, an edit, 2-minute edit that you upload to YouTube. All right. This is really cool now that how Rod has changed it, because he has taken he collects everyone's, he's like Rod Mama, Rod Mama. He's having the kids come to him, get the homework, or he's like a teacher, getting all the homework, the assignments from everyone, and then putting it all together on his YouTube channel. It's not on Terra, Rod Dama, his YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to it and hit playlists, and then you could see all of the past New Year New Edit competitions. And it is awesome to be able to see all of those in one place. And especially, hey, if you are a sponsor of the event, giving out an award specifically, then it's really a hell of a lot easier to find everyone's edits because they're all right there. But it has just finished. There has been a new record of entries. I think it was at 109. Can I check really quickly? I think it was 109 for the New Year New Edit entries that went up. So that is really, really awesome, because that is like something me and Rod was always talking about. Like, how many do you think we could get? And he was like, 100, come on, 100. And then you can look back at the playlist and you can see how many entries were per year. And little by little, it has gone up, everyone. It has gone up little by little, and stoked to see that we hit 100. Okay, here we are. Wait. Rod. Okay, that's the Terra. Rod versus the world. That's Terra. Rod Dom. Wait. Is that a fake Rod Dama? There's like multiple A's on that. Did I just find something hidden? There's another Rod. Okay, if you're looking for the profile picture is a Mugen. I think it's a yellow. It's a yellow Mugen. And there we go. Filters. Channel. Rod Dama. It's a yellow Mugen. There you go. With a big ass dragonfly on its back. Hold on, how many Rod Damas were there? Rod Dama, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Rod Damas. Are they all Rod? Now, I wish I could show you guys the screen right now. I'm just using my camera hooked up to the computer to show. Whoa. Okay, so the first one, 7 videos. Rod Dama is on fire. It is Rod. Second one. What is that? Spanish? Rod Dama, and there's like number 73277. We're going down a rabbit hole, everyone. Second, there's another Rod Dama with 2 A's at the end, which is Rod. And then there's a Rod Dama with 3 A's at the end as I drool. That's Rod. Yo, Rod. I guess, it can be troublesome to create an account with YouTube, especially like years ago. It was like kind of a pain in the ass. Rod, be careful, everyone. Rod has 4 accounts on YouTube. So look for the one that has the picture. All the ones that have R's, it's not there. It's Rod, so you can watch those old school videos, but it's not the one where it's not the one that has the New Year New Edit playlists. So you got to go to the one that Rod Dama 5691. has the most subscribers, 200 subscribers. And I'm not subscribed to that. Bam. Now it's 201. Playlists. Okay. 2022. 56 entries. Pretty good. Aim for the stars for 100. Got halfway there. Still super dope. 2023. 69. Hey, good number. 69 edits that were entered into the competition. Awesome. Increased by a little bit. Last year, I should say, 2024, boom, we had a breakthrough in the stock market. 95 entries. 95 entries. All of a sudden, bam, everyone's on it. Let's get going. More people are jumping on YouTube, creating something on YouTube. Just bringing back that old, I don't know, I guess the old head in me of just sitting down at the computer. Even though, are you sitting down at the computer? I'm always sitting down at the computer watching these things, YouTube specifically, and enjoying an edit or two from the homies. And then this year, boop, kicked it up a notch. Bam, 2025. We have 107 videos in the playlist, and so far, I took a sneak peek. I wanted to sit down and watch a bunch at a time, and I watched. I think earlier on in the before the month was done, mid throughout the month, I saw there's a few people who entered already, and I was like, damn, that was fun. That was quick. So I watched a few of them, and dope stuff. Awesome videos so far, but now to see I have to go through 100 more. Oh man, I'm stoked for this, and I hope everyone else is. Possibly give you some motivation for if you haven't done this yet. See what's out there. See how people are creating edits. I saw a few friends, people I follow who are like, hey, does anyone know how to what kind of editing software or something, or how to make an edit, blah blah blah. Editing software, hey, there's so many things out there that you could use. There's a lot of free stuff out there as well. CapCut is one. Even though I heard possibly that they were cut off somewhere. Maybe not. CapCut is one that you could use for free. It has a watermark. There's a lot of ones that you can use for free, actually, that have watermarks. But you can strangely hack it in a way where you just crop in on it a little more so that it doesn't show. You have to re-record it. It's kind of a process, but hey, Google search that. But there's other things that you don't have to buy, Adobe Premiere Pro. If you have a Mac, maybe you have Final Cut or some sort of iMovie type thing. If you have maybe an iPad or your phone, possibly. Does the phone have one? What is this? iMovie. Okay, there you go. You have iMovie. So you could use that to just put clips together. And it is such a fun process. If you're someone who likes making stuff, when you go to IKEA and you get the furniture, are you stoked to put it together? Or when you were a kid and you got a Lego, or maybe you're an adult now and you got one of those flower ass Legos, you're stoked to play it or to put it together. Do you play Legos? No, you put them together, right? Creating that thing is cool. So when you make an edit, of course, filming is one side of it, and the endurance of can you get this trick, or thinking about what kind of trick to do or whatever. But then at the same time, not at the same time, there's a whole new step. That next step is editing all of the content, all of the videos, all the tricks, everything that you've filmed for this edit, and putting it together, figuring out what kind of music to put in, figuring out how long this shot should be. Should I have this audio? Should this? There's so an endless amount of options that you can take with creating an edit. And I feel yes, it's difficult, but if you're someone who tries it and then you have this oh shit, this is awesome kind of moment, it is an awesome feeling. That's something that I had years ago when I started video editing a little bit, and I was just this is time consuming. This is not that easy. But there are so many things online on YouTube. The University of YouTube. It's amazing. You should really like any question you have, especially with editing software, how to do this, how to do this, how to move this into a better framing, or just like how to adjust the audio, all that stuff. Just search that and boom, it will pop out. I swear. Everything will be there. And it is like amazing to see how quickly in the end, well, actually, maybe it's not super quick, but again, go check out the videos. And yo, CapCut, yo, Matt, thank you. CapCut was banned in the US for a minute, but it's now back. Okay. InShot is about the same. There you go. So yeah, I heard something about CapCut really quickly, but there you go. So it's back. Use those editing softwares. Is that a plural? Softwares? And create an event. Create an edit. Create an edit. Watch all 107 edits. Get an idea of what kind of edit resonates with you, and then kind of just aim for that for next time. Hey, you could even you have a whole year now to test the waters. Try it out. Make a mini edit. Post it on your Instagram account and just get used to it. The more reps that you put into creating something, just like kendama, everyone. How many times are you gonna pull up big cup, pull up big cup, pull up, guess what? Big cup, because you can't do anything else yet. Well, at the beginning, right? At the early stages. And you continue to do that. And it's difficult. But at the same time, it's so invigorating. And you get so much energy and passion when you get it, that you get so stoked. And yeah, maybe you're with your homies and you're hanging out with the buds and slapping, laughing, having a good time. And then when you're in the editing situation, that's when it's like Gendo Ikari, like just sitting down, figuring out, everything about it. But again, if you like that process, swear it is like so awesome to go through and then get it done, put it out, have it be in this collection of other people who put in the time and the energy to create an event and an edit for this one competition. And then just revel in the amazingness that is the kendama community. 107 people is a tiny number within this tiny drop in this ocean of kendama players. But what is another awesome thing about it is that there's so many players around the world, maybe people who are not in your area, who are not even on your radar, coming from Japan, all like in Europe, so many different countries. Are there any from South America? We need more South American homies. No, there's like Kendama, Ecuador. I think there's El Brownie holding it down in Peru. Any Brazilian homies out there? Hey, any case, there's a lot of stuff. So go check it out. Amazing videos. It'll give you inspiration for next year if you haven't, or just just stoke you on kendama, because if you grew up like me, someone who only had to buy VHS tapes at the local skate shop, and like you went with your friends and you're like, okay, yo, I'll get the birdhouse, the end video, and then like you get the shorties like fulfilling the dream, and then you get like, okay, welcome to hell. And then we all get together and we watch like one after the other. We go to your house, we'll watch that video that you have. We come to my house, we'll watch this video that I have. You get the stoke for skating, and then you went out. Here it is. 107. How many who's good at math? I think I talked about this in the last episode. I'm not a math guy. Me and math, we're not like this, no, me and numbers, any kind of numbers. So there's 107 entries times by 214 minutes. Oh, what would you do? Divide that by 60 to get to how many hours is that? 3.5 hours? Is that right? 3.5 hours of edits to watch. Oh man. Now, now thinking about that, everyone, that might be a challenge for many people's brains right now because we're so used to instant like video. Oh, next video, next video, next video, next video on this thing. So it might be a challenge. But hey, grab a snack, sit down, try to just chillax on the other mentally draining things in your phone and social, and just watch a few edits on the computer. Get off the phone. Do you have a computer? Shit. All right. So hey, that's it for uh, uh um New Year, new edit. All the, they're down. They're all up. They're all up. It's over. It's down. But hey, they're all up, and we'll wait for the next few weeks for all of the sponsors to watch through these. What did I say? 2.5, 3.5 hours of kendama edits to choose a winner, and then Rod will be going live on that New Year New Edit account on Instagram and sharing with everyone what the results were. So I'm stoked. I got to watch them all because for kendertainment, we have an award to people to choose for an award. So excited, just excited. Can't even think about like what's to talk about next because I'm so excited. Okay, let's get into what else has happened within the week and other things that I have noticed. How to kendama. You guys know how to kendama? You know that page? Oh, maybe you don't because it has evolved. Continuous evolution, like little by little. It's like a friggin' Pokemon. Next evolution. Yo, what was the first one? Gallagher kendama has then become G standards, then has then evolved into how to kendama underscore. Maybe there's another how to kendama. But here's how to kendama underscore. Nick and Zach and Nick. How do you guys say it? Have stepped into the realm of social media, figuring out algorithms, possibly how to really increase growth, and just by that handle, that name, how to kendama instead of Gallagher kendama. Awesome move. I'm going to see this account grow tremendously. They have 2,222 followers, and it's just going to grow even more. 8 posts? Oh, this is a new account? Oh shit. What? Hold on. Hey, weekly Dama news. MJ, wait a second. You got to make sure, maybe you got to cross check some of this stuff. Gallagher kendama. No? Watch. If Nick or Zach watching this now, they're like, no, you're right. We actually got rid of everything that we had in the past and we changed it. Okay, it's not under Gallagher kendama. Is it G standards? G standard. No, what is that? Like a clothing brand? No. Okay. Well, there you go. Figured it out. Well, at least from how I see it, everyone. Gallagher's are going to be soaring, becoming, we're watching right now as these two little dudes, skunk hair. Sorry to always comment about that, dudes. Grown from these little petri dishes into, no, actually, no, that came out wrong. Grown from little dudes into little bigger dudes, sponsored players, pro level players, stepping away from this massive sponsorship that they had to step into the unknown with new support on their side and creating to become the the masters of kendama within the internet. So if anyone, I bet you guys, like within the end of this year, that's it. That's it. These dudes are going to be at the top. When you Google search kendama, how to kendama, Gallagher's are going to be up there. So amazing. So amazing. Even Matt, commenting, yeah, they're putting together a great community. If people are looking for a place to hang out and kendama with people, you should join their school. Now, if you're like me and you didn't finish school, you would probably spell it like the company. It's SKOOL. Um, Rebrand seems like a really good idea. Bringing people, yeah, outside of the reality. Yo, yes. If you guys don't know, School is an app. It's a platform you can get on your phone. Of course, for me, I signed up through my computer. I was about to say personal computer, my computer, my desktop, and just through like your web browser, you can join it and see what's going on. They're doing so much. Like every week, they're hanging out with everyone, like talking about different things. They're breaking down the events that they've been to, the different competitions that have happened, the matches that have happened, trying to answer questions, figuring out what is like the recent one was what makes a good freestyle run and stuff. And everyone can chime in, give their 2 cents, and just learn more about it. And awesome. Stoked for these two dudes. Two. Um, where we go? Okay, going back to the save stuff. Okay, yeah. So watch out for the Gallaghers. If you haven't followed them, don't think like, oh, how to Kendama was like, what is this? A weird, like kind of web page? Like, no, they're real deal, real deal. So that's amazing. And for the last 3 posts I have for this one, because where are we at? I only got I talk a lot. It's almost the hour already. I got 3 posts, all of product that I wanted to highlight. And the first one is a Grain Theories Theodore Fiorina, the new Duch mod. All right. Am I saying that correct? The 2 in French, Duch. It's coming out. And if you guys like to read small text, this is the post for you. You got to zoom in on that mother. Really get in there. Luckily, you can still read it. It's not very straining on the eyes until you get to until you get I lost the unless you get to the second or the third page. I think it was. Come on, finger register. Bam, bam. Okay, you see the specs. Okay, awesome. There you go. That one. Look at that. That's a straight up article, and it just matches well together. And Green Theory, Jake, just always has a great way to blend things or themes together and have them super cohesive and stand out. So it's obvious, but not like tacky in any way obvious. Okay. So straight up, so much explanation of the Tama design, of the shape, of the decision of this raw feeling from the Ken that they left without polishing it and polishing in the way that it's just like semi-sanded. So it has like a really smooth finish, which we're all used to. If you've picked up any kendama, that's you don't feel a raw feeling. If you're someone who remembers the raw Tamas from GT back in the day, is that back in the day? Years ago, a few years ago? You know what raw feels like. Or if you're someone who works with wood, or hey, hell, just go to some home center, Home Depot. In Japan, they're called home centers. I don't know what they're called in the US. You just call them Home Depots, right? Even if it's not, is there a Home Depot styled store that is not Home Depot? We're getting off the topic of kendama. But if there is, what do you call that store? I don't know. Any case, so if you go to so this is what I was getting at. You go to Home Depot, then you can know what raw kind of unpolished or unsanded wood feels like. All right, maybe like think about your days in shop class or some shit, and that's what this is. Very interesting. It's gonna be a little soft. Maybe it's like a less extreme texture version of the fuzzies from sweets. But the whole point is to get an extra, I guess, just like feeling from playing kendama. Now I'm not talking about. Of course, there's like the feeling of touching it, that sense, but also just like oh, playing a brand new game in a way because it feels different, right? It's like almost like the same way that you can pick up a pill and you're like playing kendama in a way. You're spiking and like earth turning and stuff, but it's also a different feeling. It's totally different thing. So awesome to see that there is this new version out. I was sore that I didn't pick up the white one that when they released that, or even like the original when when Tio released his original Pro Mod and created so many different versions of that. Of course, the CNC over from the craft shop, creating a lot of those hardwood cans and stuff over to the Honda versions. And this one is, yes, Ethan is on it, as he's mentioning. Anyone who's not, or who's listening to this playback, who's not aware, going live right now on YouTube. So, hey, there's a few homies in here, Ethan and Matt, letting us know, yeah, that the TO shape, the Duch shape has sold out immediately. If you go to Tio's stories, I was looking at it just earlier this morning, seeing that it was like 5 hours. It showed like this was a few hours ago, 5 hours ago. They dropped on the website. They're available. They're out. Hey, people pick them up. And I think within an hour, they sold out. So if you missed it, they'll come back. They'll come back. If these things went so quick like that, hotcakes, like waffle hotcakes, like croissant donuts, then I feel that Jake is going to be hitting up Hundui again, because yes, Hundui, the factory in China, are the people who made it or created it. That they're coming back. They're gonna be coming back. So it's definitely a similar feeling to the CNC, because mostly you can listen to the accounts straight from Chewbacca himself, from Ryan Plord, the guy who is one of two working the craft shop, the Kendama USA craft shop, creating different types of cans and stuff. A lot of companies will go to Ryan and be like, hey, we have this idea for a kendama, instead of like like a new shape, excuse me. And instead of just like trying to figure out on a computer and then hoping for the best, sending to Hondui and seeing what comes back, they can not field test it. They can test it out, creating it right away with a CNC, like super quick, and then get it in their hand. They feel it, they play with it, and they can say like, okay, yeah, this is good, or nah, that actually was wonky. We shouldn't go with that. So yeah, it's really cool to see that the levels, the steps that Hungary has also taken to become better at crafting their cans, and the whole process that they have has dramatically improved. It's nuts. It's nuts. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Chato did that with the Kenko shapes. And that's how, Ryan had a bunch of Spectraply Zens 2025. Or does he call them 2024 Zens? No, 25 Zens? Oh, 25. Yeah, because that's when he started. Awesome. So that's that. Hey, we're going over to one kendama. One kendama. They got a new player, Ezra. Walk batch 2. 62. I'm just reading from the post right now, everyone. 62 beach millimeter Tama. Maple Ken. Dude, what is that? Some engravement explanations. Black nylon string, pink extra. Logo engraving, latitude, longitude for any GPS. What is it called? GPS locator seeker? Isn't there like a game? Trick of the Year 2002-3 was won by Jesus Kendama on the walk batch 2, and this is on the batch 1. This is batch 2. Jesus Kendama is a player. How did I lose my page again? 4-1 Kendama. Whoa, hold up. Okay, just a little more information on the bottom left of that picture. Sticky clear available. Anti-skid clear available. It's on the OK Plus shape, batch 2. Laser engravings, yes, black nylon. Haha, yeah, more. The last part is what raises my eyebrows. Approved for a competition by JKA standards. But there's no seal. So I'm guessing that they just, I don't know if they talked to someone from JKA to figure out if it was within the standards of, or like they asked what are the standards for your kendamas. They got the information and then they just incorporated it into their shape. And then they just didn't work like try to work with JK to get an actual sticker or seal, as our community calls them, because in Japan stickers are called seals. They're not called stickers, they're shiru. Um, so there you go, JK. I mean, JK is the founding base of competition and regulating kendama play. So they have deep roots and very well organized. Maybe a little like sticking within their lane of kendama, as you know, the underground, I guess, has become more mainstream with whatever kendama is, especially outside of outside of Japan. But hey, okay. Hey, um, and then my last one, everyone. Ooh, we're rounding out. Very close. 11:59. Finish up top of the hour. Kendama USA. Okay, awesome colors, spectra. But you know what I'm focused on, everyone? That Tama. There's a few new elements that Kendama USA has brought to the table that not many have done in the past. One of them being color changing paint. All right. I think Time Kendama out of Canada, I forgot what part of Canada they're from. Time Kendama released a color changing Tama where UV activated, where you go out in the sunlight and it changes color. You go into the dark, it changes color again. And they have a yeah, right. Matt saying plastic Tama. Exactly. That's what I'm looking at. But dude, it's not full plastic. From what I see, from what I understand, if you were at that battle, maybe you felt it and you know you could tell with your own eyes while you were there. But from what I see, the explanation says, let's read it together. Our BioCore Tama are a new style created out of our biodegradable plastic. Okay. So, BioCore. And you know how do I have one? I feel like I have one. Oh, I do. It's down here. I can't get it. Where am I going with this? Sweets had sorry everyone. Sweets had their Joshua Flowgrove kendamas with the bamboo core. All right. I forgot what the outside was. GT has now created, I think, since the hybrid of the TC shape a few years ago, they had a maple Tama with a walnut core. Okay, they've continued the walnut core with the TO mods, or now like the white TK16, TK GT16, GT16, yeah. So I'm guessing, right, that it since it says BioCore Tamas, that the Tama is still wood, but then they slide this plastic core in there out of biodegradable plastic. Continuing, the material has some interesting benefits compared to a wooden Tama, including a rubberized ring at the bevel for stalls, reliable spherical shape without warping, which haven't had so much experience with a warped bevel. I have one that is super obvious, but I don't feel like it messes. Like I haven't really like seshed it at all. Actually, it's still fresh, but I like just like perched it on, and I'm like, would it affect play if it's a really warped bevel? And like it kind of does, but like it does not as much as you would think. Not as much as you think. We think it's all plastic. Matt thinks it's all plastic. Okay, the wooden Tama's warping, elasticity, it can bounce. Okay, and consistent weight in the 80 to 85 gram range. This first test batch of BioCore Tamas will be included with a color changing compatibility when exposed to heat. You know what? I think you're right, Matt. If it's saying that it can bounce. I don't think they'd be specifically mentioning that the core can bounce, because how can this bevel bounce, right? It's the whole Tama can bounce. Can it bounce because it has this core that's plastic? Is that a way to move towards? I don't think so. That's that's pretty gnarly, everyone. Uh, right away, quickly messaged Jubaka about this, just to new biocore Tama. Can let me use just it like jokingly in the way saying like that's kind of like that's Dama type tech. Dama, full plastic USB Bluetooth compatible kendama for gameplay on your device, where it was all plastic. And yeah, like anything plastic, it's going to be slippery as shit to do any kind of stall or bird. So they figured out to just like add rubber in different places, and having a rubber around the bevel just like this adds to that. Mm, adds to that, to see that it is pretty new. Something that in the past people have. Let me see if I can message Ryan, see if he's available. Yo, are those Biocore? Let's see if we get right on the spot right here while we're live. Biocore Tama's fully plastic? Sent. And something that it reminds me of the sleigh bands from Lunatac. The sleigh bands, these thick rubber bands, like it was thick, like the width of them was thick, that would go around your big cup or small cup, around, I think all the cups they had versions for, sizes for. So your Tama would just sit and lock in place because it's sitting on this rubber. And maybe it was like made for learning progression. If you start with something that's like doable, easier, then you're able to do it. And then hopefully that kind of gives you a stepping stone to do it without the aid. The same ideas with training wheels. If you go straight, no training wheels, you can bust your ass. But if you do training wheels first, you're not going to bust your ass, but you can get a feeling of how it is to ride a bike. But people shat all over that idea within the kendama community. And not everybody, but I think there was a few that were just like, yeah, but like, no, like you're still able to do it. And it's not like a bike where you crash and you bust your ass. It just slips off the stall point and then you try it again. So I don't know how necessary it is to have those sleigh bands in place, but here, now we're gonna get into the side of like, are other people gonna start doing this? Awesome that it's biodegradable. That is an awesome point. Really dope. Good on Kendama USA for figuring that out. Not just using any kind of like plastic, but then to add that little bit of rubber. I mean, people are licking already. All right, we're stepping away from the lick. The French kiss. That's gone. That's going away. And now, rubberized rings. Next one, everyone. Next one. Oh, a bevel condom. Tama condom. Where you can put it in. Gosh, where are we going? And it just covers the bevel. I think this wouldn't work though, because that's going to get stuck when you're going in for spikes. You want that nice angle to be smooth, so when the spike comes in, wanky wanky, it's an easy insert. If you have this little ring of, no, this is a big version I'm trying to figure out with my hands right here. If you have a big line of rubber around that's going to stop it, and it's not going to make the spike easier. It's going to make it more difficult. What do you guys think? What do you all think? I don't know. But hey, that's it. Ryan didn't send me anything back. I mean, it's only been 2 minutes, but there's the hour of weekly Dama news, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being a part of it. For everyone who is here live. And thank you if you're in someone who is, hey, on Patreon, supporting Kendertainment Patreon. Thank you so much. This is one way that you can support me. I've created a bunch of different things in the past and really are focused myself to this year create even more. I know I say that every fucking year, MJ. Say it again. But come on. It's going down. Any case, 28 Tricks Later is upon us, so get in it. If you like art, check out my personal page. I'll be making some stuff for that. New year, new edit comp. Go check out 3.5 hours of edits. And hey, come back for another one next week. That's it. Weekly Dama news. Kendertainment, I'm your host, and I just want to say, hey, keep it clean.